Hello there. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the stream. Push this button here. Hello, good evening. I hope everyone is having a fantastic and wonderful day today. Come on, camera, do your thing. There we go. Yay. Bill, hello, good evening. I hope your day has been awesome and wonderful so far, and that everything is fantastical in your world. There, I've been moving stuff around today, so everything's in a bit of a weird thing on my desk. So, yeah. Right. So, a long delay. It was a bit of a long delay because I forgot that I hadn't eaten yet. So I have food in front of me. Nom. Nom. So the plan today is to jump into Unity and mod Foundry so that we can add carbon to it. Bioolumite is the plan. I put my headset on so that I can, not that I need to hear the development thing, but it's quiet out the background. There we go. So, yeah, we're going to give this a go. So I'm going to go through the tutorial for Foundry modding, and we're going to do the tutorial stuff. And then after we've done that, we're going to figure out how to do our own thing. Because I think that's going to teach us. I hope it's going to teach us. It should teach us. Okay. So, let's give this a try, shall we? And see how well we can achieve all the bits and pieces. Yeah. So, okay, let's go here. Screen capture. Oh, hang on. That's not going to work, is it? Because you don't know what screen that is. Oh. There we go. Rah. Look, double hedgehog. Rah. There's more of me. There's more. Rah. Bink. Okay. So, we're in Unity. This is the Foundry mod pack. I have no idea how to do anything with anything in here whatsoever. So we will see what we have to do anything we're doing here. So, I am using the obviously the Foundry mod kit. There is a website called Foundry mod kit, modkit.foundrygame. Modkit.foundry-game, and it gives you all the information you need to do. So the first thing I've done is I've done the setting up of here. This is kind of straightforward, to be honest with you. You go to your Steam library, enable tools, download the Foundry mod kit. Done that. Go download Unity, go to the Legacy Uni one and install 2022.3.51F1, which is a legacy version that isn't technically supported anymore and it has a vulnerability, but I think they were going to be fine with that. And then you find where the files are for the modkit you downloaded via Steam. You add that to your projects in Unity, and then you load it up, and you get this. Excellent. Okay, so tutorial 2. Let's go on to that, shall we? And let's see if we can achieve anything with this one here. So, we want to create our mod. So apparently we click Foundry. I'm going to go through this step by step because I've not ever done this in my life, so we're going to have to see how it goes. So Foundry mod kit, click. We get a lovely thing here. Create new mod. Ooh. Let's call this my first mod. Bink. Woo. It's all done with scripted objects. That's cool. That's cool. Hopefully I won't be in the way there. Most of the inspector stuff is up the top here. There might be some things behind my head, but it shouldn't really matter, to be honest with you. So we should be fine for that. I might switch over to the other side of the screen and do the loadout. Loadout. Let's go. So here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. So we can click settings here apparently. Oh, screwed end domain. Oh. So click settings. I'm just going to set into a proper name so it didn't hook up with an icon. Okay. So we click on this. No, hold on. I don't see the mod kit setting up here. This one? No? Yes. Okay, right. So click on the mod kit button here, fill out the output folder that's suitable so they point to the Foundry game install. Okie dokie. Where do we have Foundry installed? I don't remember. Steam. Go over here. Boof. Library. Foundry. Please stop doing that. Oh, you've died again, haven't you? Hold on. My Steam keeps, I think my Windows is broken. Hopefully everything's still alright and hasn't crashed. No, OBS is fine. The Steam web helper keeps crashing on me. I have a feeling my Windows has become corrupted and I'm trying to recover it piece by piece. But I need to just blank it and reinstall it. Let's be honest. It's not having it. So, right. So it should be, so the executable path is there, and then you go Foundry exe, and the mods folder is there. Foundry just mods. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Leave everything as it is. Awesome. Okay, and then we can click build, or we can go build and run. Ooh. Ooh. Just gonna go straight into the game. Loading mods. Ah. I'm gonna have to turn the music off. It's gonna be really loud. Bum 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 bum. Shush. Okay. So if we go mods. My first mod. Oh, it's there. Oh, we did it. Success. Yay. 20 minutes in, I've had a success. That makes a nice change. It makes a really nice change. Right, okay. Now we need to get to do things. Okay, going to tutorial 3. Yay! There's only 4 tutorials, so we're halfway through. Okay. It will teach you how to change the look of the in-game assembler. Right. Importing the asset, the assembler mod asset, generating the base machine, creating a new icon, and testing it in-game. Okay, what if I want to duplicate the assembler? What if I want to do that instead? Shall we try and deviate from the script? Right. So, I have gone to the factory mod kit. So we go to the Foundry assets packs, and we want to download assemblers. Apparently, click. There is a tutorial assembler mod one. once it's downloaded, copy it into there. So it just becomes a oh god, I need to clear up some stuff here. Hold on. Let me clear up that. That's better. So if we let's dock that up there for the moment. So if I double click this, aha, we're going to import all this stuff into here. Shaders. Okay, let's import them up. Go for it. Do not export. Bum 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 bum. Come on, Unity, you can do it. We're currently cooking my processor. Boom, there we go. Awesome. Okay, so we now have a do not export folder. And we have a I'll make them bigger. So tutorial says you'll notice that all the assets have been imported into a folder called do not export. Anything in this folder will not be affected by your mod. To allow us to override the existing assembler, let's drag the assembler 1 prefab and the assembler 1 bot asset to the my assembler mod folder. Well, it's called my first mod. So yeah. So where are they? Buildable objects, assembler 1, assembler 2, and assembler 3. Okay, so we drag this one to factory assets, nice, to the my first mod folder, and we need to get the bot. Where is the bot? The assembler 1 bot.asset. Where is that located? Foundry buildable templates, buildable objects. Foundry templates, buildable objects, assembler 1. Right, okay. And we drag that into here as well. So we move it into there. Okay, so it doesn't matter because the originals don't change anything. So there we go. So we have assembler 1 and assembler there. Awesome. Okay. It's all scriptable objects. I like this. I can use scriptable objects. They are pretty complicated. Wow. I'm going to go over the other side of the screen. Hold on just a moment. Let me damn it, wrong button. Let me just modify my layout ever so slightly. I'm going to go over to here. He says, trying to. Why you know? There we go. I'm sure it was here that did it, wasn't it? That's weird. Things are definitely broken. Oh, Oh, hold on. I know why this isn't working. Hold on. Whoa. Why is it not working? Ah. It's moved me, but I now can't move me back. How weird. Okay, right, not worried about that. Okay, so we'll just have the hierarchy over here. So it's I'm hiding the hierarchy. You can't see it here. So this is an object in there. I've definitely got problems. Yeah. So this is the assembler. So they have an identifier, which makes perfect sense. I'm going to go through this kind of in detail because I want to borrow some stuff, because Foundry's put a well put together game as far as I can tell. So if I'm ever going to go back into doing some game dev myself, I want to see how they do things. You know, not steal it, but steal some good ideas, like giving everything a unique identifier. Right. It is a producer. Ooh. Simulation type. Has lava. Simply style. Size is 3x4x3. Valid terrain tile. Has terrain colliders. You can't drag build it. Oh, cool. So you could enable that. You could drag build them. Okay. All right. So that's how that controls all the. If you drag it, in a line. Things. So map color priority, map sprite, nothing. Custom build sound, custom deconstruction sound. Right, so that would override the default sounds. Let me make this bigger so we can read some of these things. Right, name override can be copied by tablet. Yep. Default object color has to be on foundation. Floor should outline building. So that's a little. When you put objects down, you get the little foundation yellow marks around it. Foundation connection is Y negative. Yeah, so the Y is up and down, and negative means it's below. That's interesting. Does that mean the game actually supports sticking stuff to walls? Because low voltage pumps would be nice to be able to stick to walls. Disable loaders. Loader level. That's the height of the loaders, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, let's carry on with the tutorial. I can look through that myself later. So, inspect it in the scene view. Oop, there it is. Also, this little data connection on top. Cool. Really wish the data connections would show all the time. That would be quite nice. Okay. So it wants us to remove the current mesh renderer components, and it wants me to import a new file. This one. Oop. There we go. Cool. So Terrain collider. Wheels. Oh, it has got wheels. Are these supposed to move then? Because they don't, and they haven't for a very, very long time. Impose. Ooh, what the devil is that? Ooh. Connection 01. Smoke comes out that way. Okay. Grab mesh components and drag in the new assembler mod and position it. Once you've done this, it will look something like this. So, I guess I want to remove this assembler. And I want to grab the one that I imported. Yeah. There's a version 2 as well. Ah, nice. Okay, so yeah, so we drag that into, whoa. With the current mesh, that's the screen. Okay, that's fine. It's the assembler. None of that is the so the imposer is what is called an imposer or imposter. It's called an imposter. How interesting. Okay, so we delete the imposter. No, we don't. Undo that. That's still not it. Xbob, hello, good evening. Xbob. I am trying to add. I'm trying to learn how to mod Foundry. That's what I'm trying to do here. That's what I'm trying to figure out here. I just don't. So the assembler has a mesh component, which makes sense, and a mesh renderer. Box collider, audio source, LOD group, material. I need to very, very, very much. That's how that's it. Let's become. So what they're saying is remove the current mesh. So literally remove this, the current mesh renderer like that, and then just drag that in to here. Put them like that. We also want to remove the wheels. We don't want them. And I'm going to leave that up there. That's fine. But we want to align this properly, so it needs to. Actually, it's sat pretty good. It's actually saying that I should take the screen panel, and I should move the screen panel down. So I'll do that. I'll move the screen panel down, like it suggests. Yeah. Kit use better. This is the built-in one, the built-in one to Foundry, the mod kit that's available for anyone to use. I'm just going through and testing it because I've never played with it before, so I'm just going to give it a try and see what we can choose. I'm following the tutorial that they have, and we'll see what we can do. And then once we've done that, we will then try and add our own mod. I want to try and add some other stuff into the game. Don't know how successful we're going to be with that, so yeah. The assembler is missing its base. Yes, of course. Yes, of course it is. Right, okay, so you didn't want me to move the board. This should have been moved up. like that. Well, actually, like that. There we go. Moves up by 1 meter. Okay, so it's difficult to see from the screen. The screenshot looks like it's on the floor, but it's not there. Generating the machine base. Assembly is missing its base. Create one by opening a new machine base generator. So Foundry machine base generator. Generate machine base. So assemblies are 3x3. So 3 wide and 3 for depth. Do I have to have this selected? Oh, it's not working. Oh, it creates it in the assets folder. In here, is it? There. Right, okay. So we can then drag that in. Don't know why it's missing its mesh, but there we go. Boom, and there we go. Right, so they have a tool for generating the actual bits that plug into it. I suppose that's got some special stuff attached to it, or will have some special stuff attached to it for connecting everything up. That's cool. That's cool. Okay. So, create a new icon for our assembler. Launch the icon generator from the menu. Click. Open icon generation scene. Whoa. Drag my new assembler prefab into it. Bonk. Reset it. Bump. Okay. You can adjust the camera size, wide position, and text so the icons all look in preview. Right, okay. So what should the text say? Ah, okay, so this has got a camera. Right, so this has got a camera thing built into here. So we change the position. So they say I, put an I in there, as in it's a 1. So oop, shoot, click. Oop. We're taking a 512 screenshot. Didn't type in the icon name. Underscore base underscore assembler underscore 1. Oh, we don't need that one. There's our icon. Woohoo! Creates a default sprite. Nice. Nice. Okay. You should be ready to make your new assembling game. Come back to Foundry Mod Kit, edit window, click build and run. You can now jump in and place the assembler one, and it will look different. Let's find out. Foundry Mod Kit, build and run. Ba-bum, bum, ba-bum, ba-bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Wow, this is taking a while. It is taking a while. Bum ba dum bum 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 ba dum bum bum. Aha. So I'm going to create a new game. Mod testing without the ER. Mod testing, and I'm gonna crank up all the resources. Yeah. Mega mode. Woot. Woot. Skip intro. 1701. That's a good number. Start.
Welcome, operator. It
Hello.
looks like you already know what you're doing here, so I've gone ahead and placed C3BB in your inventory. Good luck.
Thanks, guy. Oh, we get some plates and stuff already. I don't have the assembler unlocked yet. Okay, we've got to do a little bit of plan before we get that. I know there's creative mode, but creative mode honestly confuzzles me. So, probably don't need to make that many of them. Stop that. Auto climb. Yeah. So I want to get the assembler. Where's the assembler? There. So we need to make the space station thing, and then we need to make that. So I make one of those, and then I've got to make a load of these. So make all those, okay? Oop. Where's the... There it is. So set that down there, make ourselves a... need xenopower plates. That's okay, you'll make me some xenopower plates, won't you? Excellent. I don't need that many of these. Let's cancel some of those off. In fact, let's cancel all of them off and make another 5, shall we? do. Oop. Oop, all that stone. Bum ba bum 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 ba bum ba bum. Bonk. 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 Go. We need 3 for that, and then we need 3 for that. Okay. Well, it's do Shadow. Good evening. Hope you're having a good day today. I didn't think about setting up a test well. I don't really want to load up my save for this. One, because it takes a while to save, to load. But also, if we break something, I don't want to possibly break something in the game. So creating a new world and just starting from scratch for the time being. Until we get our mod working, then we can do it. Yay, assembler's done. Woot. Okay, so now the weirdest thing is that the assembler here looks exactly the same in the icon. Well, the first mod that we create changes the assembler, the built-in assembler. That is not the model that we did. That is the model we did. Hey! Hey, look! It's the new one. It's the new one. The icon hasn't changed, though. So, I missed something wrong with that. I got something wrong with the icon. Why did I get something wrong with the icon? Right, let's, I will save as, test, and quit. Right. So what did I? So here's the icon. Underscore base underscore assembler 1 is what it says in the tutorial. Let's go back to our assembler. Assembler here. So this is the information that's here for our assembler. Underscore base underscore assembler 1. Did I name that wrong? No, I did not. Is there not a step to change the assembler? Map sprite. Why didn't I update the icon? That's the only thing that's confused me. And tutorial follows up how to upload to the Steam Workshop. I'm not really fussed about that for the moment. That's the correct name. Go back to the defaults here. Hold on, let me stash that there. So assembler 1. So this is where you name things and change things to do other bits and pieces with them. Prefab on this is assembler 1, which is this one, which is the one we modified and changed. Let me see whether I can really very seriously change this, shall we? So let's delete that one. Let me import some other assets that I have here. So I want to grab machine window and machine. Whoa, name. So let me grab in machine window. Oh, they have their textures. Can I drag that in as well? Oop, there you go, that fixes them. Okay, so in our thing here, go collapse. Correct. Machine has a window as well. Huh. Oh, it's got a window on one side. Okay. These are assets from Kenny. If anyone's wondering, they're Kenny.nl. Fantastic resource for things. Can I move the screen panel up and slide it back into that? Okay, you can see inside the machine. I don't mind that for a minute. That's fine. That doesn't matter. Right. Okay, let's try this one, shall we? So, mod kit. Build and run. Takes a while to encode to do things. Hopefully it will be quicker because it's already done the shaders. It is excellent. Don't know what it's going to be like with these assets, because Kenny assets aren't obviously designed for this. They're much smoother and rounder, and yeah. Ah, look, hey! And you can see inside it, which makes sense. The mirrors like that and the buttons still work. It's got clip in, but that's fine. It's just a test. But there we go. Awesome. It's that easy. It's that easy. I like that. I like that. However, the icon of the assembler still hasn't changed. It's still the old assembler icon. So I need to troubleshoot that. Why has the icon for the assembler not changed? What am I doing wrong with the icon generator? Let me drag that back out. In fact, let me just take the icon generator there. That makes sense. Underscore base underscore assembler 1. That's fine. I feel like I should have to assign it to this. Version group. Map sprite. Audio, conveyor, part texture, world, I think all this stuff is generated as the game goes. Also, it's a little strange that all of this is added to every single building. Like the fracking tower offsets and stuff like that is a bit... But that's the identifier. Did I miss something here? Hold on. Bum, 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 bum. Open the assembly and inspect view. Blah, blah, blah. Let's look at some of this. Generating the base machine. We did that. The base machine's fine. That works fine. Generating the new icon. Okay, let's create a new icon for our assembler. First, launch the icon generator scene in the menu. Click on the open... Open scene and drag a new asset preview into the scene. Adjust the camera size, white position, and text icon so the preview looks something like that. Boom. Finally, type in _base _assembler _I as the icon name and hit shoot. This should generate an icon that looks like in the preview. But it does not. But it does not. Oh, I need to delete that one as well. I didn't realize that was there. Right, let's go back into assets. Let's delete the assets. Let's hit the shoot button again. I've also realised that this actually needs to be... Okay. Let me do that. Hit shoot. It may be because I named it wrong to start with. You have to delete all the previous files. Let's try this again. Build and run. This is much quicker to load the second time round. Took a while to do the first one. No. The icon is still the same. Okay. Why is that? Why is that? Can we troubleshoot this before I have to go and ask for help somewhere? Icon doesn't particularly make any difference. At least the assembler worked. That's fine. But the icon generator did not. It doesn't say anything about a transparent breaker. Can I go into Foundry assets? Templates. Movable objects. No, that's not that. Resources. UI. UI. Nope. Nope. Where's the default icon for it? Oh, there's the panel if we ever need to grab the panel by default. UI. Doesn't import the default icon, so I don't know what the default icons are called. I think this is a naming thing. I have a feeling this is a naming thing. Can we consult the Discord? Can we consult the Discord? Can I find the Foundry Discord? I need to filter out my Foundry, my stuff there. Boom. Modding. Modding questions. First thing I should do, I should share, search for icon. Let me have a quick nosy here. Icon generator. Would have to spell the word generator, wouldn't it? Just got the post, just make an icon, and oh, it crashes. That was back in 2025. Okay.
Hello there.
Oh, hello there. Who was that? Who was that? Who was that? Silent Harper. Hello. Good evening. That's a fix from 2015 though. Right, that's not really helping. The icon generator is not laggy for me, it's just not working. Wait, let me try this again. Yeah, sorry, I was reading this clip. But so I hope you're having a good day today. My first mod, assembler mod, just has this here. My first mod, assembler one bot. I don't quite know why it's called bot, but that's okay. The name is that. Copy the identifier. Go to the icon generator. Paste that in there. That is exactly the same. Okay. Delete these assets again. Hit the shoot button. Yada yada yada. There's Python running there. It succeeds. The identifier description mod depends on nothing. Thumbnail texture. None. I don't have any. Let's use the base assembler texture to find out whether that even does anything. Material physics box collider. That's fine. It would have to be base assembler one. Map sprite. I don't know what map sprite is here. Don't know. Okay. Put a run. Let's see. We're trying to just get that. I'm going through the tutorial at the moment, and I've come to the end of the tutorial, and I've followed everything it said and checked and double checked it, but I have an icon problem. There is apparently on the Discord some fix for something to do with the icon generator, but it apparently is a fix for people saying it's very, very laggy. So I'm not having it lagging. It's not causing the problem lagging wise. I didn't look at the mods. That's okay. We'll look in a moment. But basically, I have replaced the assembler with a new machine. So the mod is working absolutely fine. However, the icon for it is not. The icon is still the old icon. Yeah, still the old icon on the assembler. Right. Go back to the main menu. It mods. Well, it worked because the icon has changed here. So that's working. But the icon is not being assigned to our mod. That's the problem. The icon's being generated here. But it's not being assigned. I am... really wondering whether it's a naming problem. Maybe the game doesn't necessarily look for assembler anymore. Let me rename this thing. I can't rename it because it might break something else. Let's rename it to assembler 5. Or 4, sorry. Okay. And let's give it a completely different icon. Odin, let's give it the Odin inspector icon. Why not? That'll do. Not that I ever use Odin, but build and run. So I renamed it to Assembler 4 now. So Assembler 1 should still exist, but Assembler, I don't know what it's going to do internally. It's going to be called Assembler 1. Got the same base name, hasn't it? Mods. My first mod. New player. Load game. Load game. 4 trains there. Oh, 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 I broke it. I broke it. Yep, I broke it. So can I call this assembler 4? Then assembler 4. And then go here, that renames it to assembler 4. Conversion group is base assembler, that's fine. Let's just go through this and see there isn't another assembler name here anywhere. Don't know where you also add things into the research list. I have no idea what happens with those. I don't see anything to do with research written in here. Resource converter. Oh, 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 oh. Found you lost the plot. What's Captain McGrath's got out? AI start slot width. I'm in the way for that, sorry. Train signal stuff, quarry building, right, so it's nothing there. Name override. Mr. Assembler. Has name override, yes. Can be copied by tablet, yes. Required resource node identifier, nope. Use native tile colliders. Modular building type, module base or none, okay. Power consumption. PCM legacy? Kilowatt. Right. Ah, power type. Pole grid type. Strut surrounding drone miner, recycler, loading offset. That looks like I'm just seeing whether it's in. I don't know how to add things to the research tree. That's the thing. Conveyor slope partner, shipping pad renderer, conversion solar panel, wall decoration. No. Okay. So, where would you add this to the research tree? Yeah. It's fine. It did crash because on mods last time, but that's because I was mucking about with stuff. I should really untick all the other mods for the moment, just to make sure I'm not breaking anything. Just to make sure it's nothing wrong with anything else, you know. I think we've broke that from the start. Yep, I think we're breaking this one from the start. Let me just load into the test thing. Skip all the mods. Can you load? Right, okay. It does load without any mods installed. Okay, cool. Right. Boop. There's the assembler Mark 1. It's back there. Excellent. Okay, everything is default. Awesome. So save game. Yes, exit to desktop. So let's see here. So I've done base assembler for producer. Looks seriously there. Buildable object template. Conversion group is base assembler. That's right. It's in the assembler group. That's fine. Right. Base assembler _4. Right. Bum, 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 bum. My first mod. Apply. And it crashes right at the start. Okay, so renaming stuff doesn't work. Interesting. So how do we add our own custom stuff into the game then? I must be missing something with the thing. Mod for us. That's all about mod versioning. Okay. Right. Okay. So, right. In awesomeness, I broke everything, which is exactly what we want. Cool. So, I've essentially created a brand new object here. I don't know what conversion group means either. I need to look into... right, hold on. Let's go back into here. Foundry templates. Buildable objects. So this is base assembler, and this is base assembler, and all it does is change the name here. Well, assembler 3 variant. Let's go down a page. That's fine. It increases the power. That's fine. Go down. I'm just clicking between the two, trying to compare to see if anything changes on the inspector. Produce recipe time modifier. So it goes faster. Right, so that's where you speed up the recipe. Okay. See any major changes there? Oh, hold on. Hold on. Damn you. Oh, what? What is happening now? Hold on. Right, go back up, and then come down again. 4, 5. There, that was one I was going for. What? Why? 1800 there. Okay, so that's the same. Right, okay. Go down another page. Struggling to keep up now because it's loading stuff too badly, too fast. I know what I can do. Add a tab, inspect, no, not hierarchy. Inspector. Close the hierarchy, go away. Boom. Okay. Right. Undo that one. Oof. Right, so bot 2, lock that one. This is bot 2, and bot 3. There we go. So this is bot 2. That's bot 3. There we go. Awesome. Okay. It's the default icon. It's using the default icon. 1, 2, 2. I should really bring them out, shouldn't I? I want them. No, that's fine. So I got down to here where it says 1800. There. It's fine. So we'll go down another page. Down another page. They're all the same looking. They're all the same looking. Just comparing the two to see whether something changes. Nothing on the spline thing, which makes sense because that doesn't apply to this building. They're all the same. Yep, they're all the same. Go down to the bottom. And all of these are the same. Okay. So, my first mod, delete the assets folder again. Delete. Shoot. Oop. Build. Build and run. Continue. It's not even loading now because I had renamed it to Assembler 4. And of course, the game's like, I don't know what the hell an Assembler 4 is. So it's getting to the initialized native plugin right at the start of the loading screen and just dying. So it has no idea what this mod does now, which is fine. Which is fine. So let's rename this back to Assembler 1. Assembler 1. You aren't doing anything. Oh, right, get rid of that. Close that one. We don't need that one anymore. Rename you back to Assembler 1. It's a mod. Okay. But I will have an override of the name called Mr. Assembler. Okay. Oh, I don't have a icon for it. Ha! Ah. I didn't actually do the icon. I found the icon generator. Shoot. You do that whilst Foundry loads. Continue. Bum, 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 bum. Single player load game load. E. Okay. Right. So how would I name stuff randomly? So that's working. It has no connection to the grid. That's concerning. Still just called assembler 1. Doesn't have a different icon, which makes sense because it's not there. It's not called Mr. Assembler. That's weird. Why is it not called Mr. Assembler? No connection to the grid. Why have I given it high voltage power? We made a boo-boo. I probably when I was scrolling through this, I'm scrolling down and I've probably... No, it's low voltage. I'm going to delete them. I'll delete that. I'll go back to the beginning. But I'm going to, instead of... Oh, hello. What happened here? Oh. That's a copy of the original. It's not the original file anymore. It is a copy of the original. Okay. And then I want to copy this guy. So I'm going to copy the variant. Go to here. Paste it here. Materials. Material assembler green. Assembler yellow. Green. V1, V2. 2. That's a different assembler. That's a different assembler. Interesting. And there's an assembler V4 here as well. Look at that. That's what I want to make. I want to make an assembler V4. This is the version 4 of the assembler. Okay. So I'm going to drag that out. I'm going to find the material again. I'm going to copy this. So everything I'm modifying, I need to copy into my own thing. Okay. So you should have that base plate there. Let's load this one up in... Oh, God. What the hell? Shine Explorer. Open with... Use another app. Okay, so not only did Windows uninstall. I've had such a broken thing going on here at the moment. So Something must have been corrupted in Windows, because it's got rid of loads of stuff that I installed. It got rid of Foobar for the music. It's got rid of Paint.net. My file associations weren't correct as well. Yeah, my Windows must have been corrupted at some point. All right, open with, choose an application, Paint.net always, please. Thank you. There we go. Adjustments. I want hue and saturation. I want color balance. Where's the color? It's not temperature tint, is it? No. I can't remember how you change just the base green colors in it. Damn it. That was probably in some of the advanced plugins I had, which no longer exist because it uninstalled everything, didn't it? How very nice. Okay, so I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just change the hue, and we're going to make it blue. Save. And then you look at base assembler V4 blue. 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 Assembler 5 variant. You are going to be assembler 4, not 5. 4. So we come in here, we rename this to 4. This needs to be reassigned. Oops. Oh wait. I also like how the default name for the game is Cube Factory. Like that. So that's base assembler. Okay. But where do you know it's called assembler 4? Somewhere in here has to be a way for it to know that it's different. The projects, like, how does this know it's called assembler 3? And this is assembler 2, and this is assembler 1. Drone minor list here. There's no naming thing that I could see. Right, okay, well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go into our assembler 1 import, assembler 2 import, assembler 3, screen panel import. I'm gonna have to leave that all as it is. Maybe we need to make imposters for it as well. I don't know. Icon generator. Base assembler 4. So this should be 4. Shoot. Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum. I don't even know if you can add your own buildings to the game. Have I seen any mods that add their own buildings to the game? Yes. Yes, there are mods that add their own buildings to the game. Obviously, the Stargate, for instance. It's a mod. You just need to plug in and it dies. It dies straight away. So people have done it. They've added their own stuff to the game. So it must need something else. But the problem is I don't see any references to other stuff in here. Like I don't know what I don't know whether it wants to have references to that imposter thing, although I don't think it needs that. This is the imposter here. That's built into the game. That's Assembler 3 imposter. I don't know what that means. I don't know what the Assembler imposter means. No, we've still got green on them, so that's fine. I'm not sure what it... Brain Collider, DCO1, that's fine. Screen panel's fine. Yeah, that's the imposter. But this doesn't have any... like stuff. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. It doesn't have any files associated to it. God, I wish there was a way you could open all the block ladder position. No, block ladder position. Additional AABs. I guess that's for the ones that have block corners. Modular building connection, modular limits. It's not a modular building, so we don't have to worry about that. Re-explosion with force medium, that's fine. Lighting misses, it doesn't have any like that. Walkway meshes, it doesn't have any walkways. Is buried entity? Nope. Drone miner stuff? Let me go over here, sorry. Nope. Loading tick action, so loading mesh default, nope. Pipe loader, no. Minecart track, no. Freight elevator stuff. Resource converter, it doesn't have anything to do with that. It's not a fracking tower, it's not a train loader. Not an assembly line. Not an escalator. Not transport drones. Not a construction warehouse. Data cable entity variant, so but I copied the previous one, so that didn't have anything on there. Train signal, workstation effect bonus. No, it's not one of those. Buildings per tick, buildings, endless minor output, endless minor speed. Okay, so obviously we'd have to edit something else to get into the research tree. That's fine. But I don't know why. Let's just bring it back to 1 for a minute. Okay. Let's go back into this one here. Change that back to 1. Hit the shoot button again. But the other problem, I don't see any in the mod kit. I can see all the buildings, but I don't actually see. Oh, there's items. There's items. I see items there. Okay. I wonder if we have to download the research things. But first and foremost, let me actually see if I can get this loaded first. Oh, and crash. That's interesting. So, past the native thingamabob, and then died. So, giving it a base name it doesn't recognize. That died as well. Right. No debug app with the console. There's a log file, obviously. Continue. The onboarding. Twat. Sorry. Right, so it's the save file. It's the save file. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You do whatever. That's fine. Blah 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 blah.
Welcome, operator.
Hello,
I'm
Carl.
Your facility management artificial intelligence. Congratulations on acquiring a building permit and a derelict space station on this resource-rich moon. An ideal spot for industrial business endeavors. My goal is to assist you in setting up this factory. Let's run a few basic checks before we get started. Open your map to check your surroundings. Fantastic. There are several ore patches in the vicinity. Equip your ore scanner from the inventory and use it to locate the ore patches.
Okay. Ping.
To get started, approach both of the ore patches and mine some ore.
Ping.
Great. Now that we have an initial supply of ore, we need to smelt it into plates and rods. Go back to your drop pod and use the built-in smelters to create your first crafting materials.
Okay. Should have skipped the onboarding. Actually, more importantly, research is not unlocked yet now. Do you know what? Go back to the main menu. Single player, new game. Skip task 1. Go.
Welcome, operator. It looks like you already know what you're doing here, so I've gone ahead and placed C3BB in your inventory. Good luck.
Bum ba bum bum. Bum ba bum bum. Thanks, Carl. Great talk. Sure. Power. Oh my god. Boom. If it takes forever to make research packs. Bum 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 bum. Bunk. Dun, 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 dun. Actually, research is faster than I can make the research packs. Ooh, there you go. Right. Bing. Machine said it recommended. I'm using the one it recommended in the 22.5.51F, I think it was. Ah, well, you're blue, so that's a good thing. Okay, so that worked. Right, okay, so the model's working. I don't know why the other save game was broken then. I guess it was trying to load something I changed. Right, save. Test. It's menu. Load game. Oh yeah, I never. Right, we'll delete this one. Right. Okay, well, it's blue, so that's good. But for some reason, if I rename this to like Assemblybot 4, so it's got a different name. That's right. I'm about using trains or cargo air transport. In fact, trains, definitely. The cargo, the airships got nerfed, and they're not worth the effort. They're really not worth the effort. Okay, you're still blue. Interesting. Right, okay. If I change this to be 4, then we build it again. Actually, I need to delete. No, because you've technically got 4 and 1 in there. Okay. So we'll put them up. Yeah. So just to use both. I wouldn't bother with the cargo ships anymore. The size that they take up, just space-wise in your factory, it's not worth it. They're just not worth it. They're really not. Okay, so that does the whole. It gets to the bottom corner. It says initialize native plugin, and then just stops. So if I rename the assembler 1 to assembler 4, it just breaks. Well, this is assembler 3 technically renamed, right? Okay. Right. So renaming this didn't change anything. It's this here. As soon as we change that, the identifier, it breaks. Why is that? Do you not know what the assembler 4 is? Is that the problem? You just don't know what an assembler 4 is and don't know where to put it in the game? It should be placed in the same place as a Mark. I would have assumed it would just add it to the list, but I guess it doesn't. I don't know what to tell it, like what tech it is. So the building itself doesn't contain information as to its research level. That is stored elsewhere, which means I need to find that to add a new thing. Let me download a couple of other things here. Let me download a couple of assets to import in. Burners, brushes. Oh, what are you doing? That's every asset, every resource in the game, I believe. So that's all the items in the game you can have. So we want that. We obviously want that. Let's import all those. Gonna take a little while. Drag pane doesn't change there. Mission sleep flags, sim type sleep initial. Unfortunately, there's no Mark IV buildings. There's Mark IV conveyors, isn't there? I should have a look at the conveyors. That's what I should do. Just have a look at the conveyors. They got to Mark IV. Are they named IV? Or are they named III? Does the naming convention matter? I don't know. We'll find out in a moment. Let's let it import all the stuff here and see how we go. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, the Unity edited version is 2022.3.51 F1, which is the one they recommend in the mod kit. And I just literally have followed the tutorials. Shader error. Particle add center glow could not include shader occlusion light. Right. Okay. Don't worry about that. That's fine. Build my mod. Ooh. Assembler 3 imposter in scene. Script attached to Assembler 3 imposter in scene. Is it? No, it's not. Or is it? Is missing or no valid script attached? Ah, so let me delete the imposter. Okay. Screen panel imposter. Valid or no script. Script attached to screen panel imposter in scene icon cache. Hey, delete that. Okay, and then rebuild it again. Right, okay, so it's only if I leave it in the scene. Okay. It's weird. Because if I drag you into the scene, you have no imposter. The screen panel has an imposter. I don't know what this imposter thing is. But it doesn't have a script attached to it, so I don't know what you mean by that. Model, canvas, world space canvases, oh god lord. Bots collider. Container default. Screen panel. Yeah, you don't actually have a script. Ah, okay, no errors now. So, I guess I dragged something out wrong. Yeah, but it was throwing errors. It was saying an invalid script was attached, but there was no script attached to them. So, yeah, very confused by that. But that's okay. Right, delete that. Yes, we're going for it. We're still going for assembler mark 4. Icon generator. Bonk. Shoot that. Do that. Bum ba dum ba dum ba dum. Yada yada yada. Okay, delete that. Not that the icons work. That's okay. And now build and run. And when you build and run, that's fine. It will. We got to import that. Continue. Initializing native plugin, crash. Right. Interesting. Okay. Anyway, let's go and have a look in here at foundry templates. Items. Buildable objects. So there's assemblers, there's the conveyors, and the crushers. Awesome. So conveyor 1, conveyor 2, conveyor 3, conveyor 4, says IV. Okay. They all have the same conversion group. I don't know where I am on the screen. Sorry, I'm in the way. They all have the same here. So conveyor material here, conveyor speed. So that makes sense because this is obviously a conveyor belt. Okay. So okay. It must be because the game doesn't know what to do with it. Like it's got to be added, not just here, but it's got to be added to something else for the game to be able to use it. Trying to transport compute rendering. It is a shame that the tutorial doesn't actually go through adding your own thing to the game. There probably is things on Discord and stuff to find, but I was just hoping I could have a look through. Conversion groups. Passing recipe catalogs, buildings. Base buildings, base components, base. Right. But an assembler is in conversion group base assembler. Base confusion, base crafting recipes. Oh, do we need one of these? Ah, do I need one of these? Did I just not look far enough? Assembler 4 crafting recipe. So assembler 4, name assembler 4. Aha. Aha. Icon identifier. Assembler 4. It doesn't have underscore base written at the start of it. Did I change this up to be... Oops. Don't put a capital in that. Why am I putting capital letters at the end? That's wrong. Okay. Related item template. Assembler 4. Sort of got some time tags, input, output data. Right. Build tags. Doesn't actually tell me about... Oh, hold on. That wants to be assembler 4. I need to go back to... Where did I find these? Damn it. Templates. Crafting recipes, buildings. Assembler 1, assembler 2. Assembler 3. Sorting order. 102. So our next one wants to be 103, doesn't it? Just making sure it's not speed. Cool. So assembler 2 for some reason has the info box stuff, but assembler 3 does as well, but assembler 1 doesn't. Right, okay. I'm gonna leave that as it is. Right, okay, so in R1 this wants to be 103. Save. Go to the icon generator. Don't call this assembler base assembler, just call it assembler 4. I was wondering if it was a naming problem earlier on. Because it seemed wrong to me that I was doing everything the thing told me, but it's like it's not showing the correct icon, which makes me wonder if the icon was working but it wasn't associated properly. Right, let's load this and see if it goes past the native plugin. It does not. Right. Okay. Let me change this back to be assembler 1. Okay. And then we will export this as assembler 1 just to find out if we can get the icon to change. Okay. It wouldn't be so easy just doing that. If you're adjusting a built-in thing, it makes sense. But if you're trying to add stuff, you'd obviously have to have more behind it because the game needs to know what the hell it's adding, what's it doing, what does this thing do, what does it change. Well, that's better. Let's come to the initializing UI components. Done has appeared. Oh, hey, look. I got 2 buildings. That's the assembler Mach 1, which technically has an icon of Mach 4 now. We're going to build one of them. The icon has also changed, which is awesome. But if I build this one, what's going to happen? Is it going to work or is it going to explode? I don't know. I've got 2. I made a second crafting recipe. That works. That's cool. Okay, so we got somewhere. It makes the same building. So it's the same 2 different recipes making the same building. Okay. Progress. It is progress, my friends. Progress. Right. I still need to find out, however, why this... So you don't do the underscore base. Why I can't name this 4? yet. Still need to figure that one out. So go into this, icons, original size, delete the assembler Mach 1, and then go into this one, Foundry UI, icons 512, and delete the one. We only want the assembler 4 to show up if it's, so we know it's our adjustment. It's a duplicate of assembler Mach 1. That's fine. You have no information in the info box. Right? Well, we are getting somewhere. Okay. Buildings. Building sets. Instructions, decor, windows, office, couch. Nope. So, buildings. None of this was here before. One, 2, 3. So that just changes everything there for 1, 2, and 3, doesn't it? Next, character assembler, character assembler, character assembler. Oh. Input data is base assembler and base mic 2 and assembler and EIC. I don't know what EIC is. Okay, we're not fussed about that because we're just making it from the default. So it doesn't matter about that at all. Assembler 1, assembler pressing, assembler, blah, 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 blah. Revision, right? So then my one, can I copy this? Paste it here. Oh, there. I've just literally added V onto the end of them all. Okay. Right, so icon identifier, vision, related item template, base assembler 4. That's something there, but is there another template that I'm missing? IT? What's an IT asset? Research templates. Okay. Okay. Where would be the assembler 1 research template? Assembler 3? Because there should be an assembler 1 research template. IT. Item template. Yeah, research template. Unlocks assembler. Do I need all these? Assembler I. Let me get rid of the assembler mod for one. We don't need that. Let me screen panel, particle system, audio, manager, material swap is 0. Group 0. Okay. So I also need I'll go for that. I don't think I need the imposter stuff. So let's go through and put a V on the end of all these. Assembler 4. Buildable object identifier. Aha. 4. Right. That's mesh rotation, doesn't matter. Toggleable modes, there is none. Generic action buttons and change. Base CMCT factory is fine. Assemblers, asset pack assemblers, base assembler 4. 4. Okay. Then the research tree, I'm going to do the same with this. So base assembler 4. This is going to be assembler 4. Unlocks the assembler Mark 4. Okay. I'm going to leave it all as the default stuff. Base science pack. But it should create a second thing for it, shouldn't it? Oh, icon identifier 4. Okay. So I now have the buildable object template, the crafting recipe, the item template, and the research template. Okay. Four. Right. Build. Build. No, build and run, you idiot. Go. Build and run. Trying to figure out how to add a new building to the game, and I want to actually add more items to the game, not a building. But still. Wanderer, hello, good evening. You're rather late to the party today, sir. I hope you've been having a good day. I hope nothing's wrong. Oh, it went past a native thing. It went past a native thing. The research, right, the assembler Mark 1 is red. The assembler Mark 4 exists. It doesn't exist in the research tree. Yes, it does. It's there. Is it going to work? Can it explode? It's apparently already unlocked for us. So, you need the machine. Sorry, you need the buildable object template, the crafting recipe, the research recipe, and the item template. So you need those 4 things. Don't know how I'm making the assembler Mark 4. No, I'm making the assembler Mark 1. Oh! No. Yeah, that would be right. I messed that up, didn't I? We duplicated this. But still making the assembler Mark 1. So the question is, if I research the assembler Mark 4, which we're going to do in a moment, the game didn't explode. That's a good thing. I'll make another one. No, it still makes the Assembler Mark 2, but we are one step closer. We are one step closer. Right, so, okay, getting somewhere. Right, what did I miss out? The crafting recipe's got to be wrong. I don't think the input data makes a difference. I need to compare all of these. Right. Do you do anything? There's also, I don't know what this time MS means as well, but these are 6,000, but for some reason the crafting recipe is 1,000. So assembler 1111, and that just changes to 2222, which is fine. And then 3333, that's fine. Okay, so that's the crafting recipe. Research. Assembler 1. Assembler 2. No flags. Assembler 3. Basic steel making. Oh. Unlocks Assembler Mark 2. They're all empty. So it's this here as I've got to change. I've missed something on that. That's okay. So if I go back to here and we go to the assembler research, base science pack 1 is fine. Requires the space station terminal, unlocks the assembler Mark 1. That's not what I want to do. I want to unlock the assembler Mark 4, and I want to change this to be base assembler Mark 1. So you have to make the Mark 1, then it makes the Mark 2 afterwards. Right? This is the item template, so that's fine. The crafting recipe. I don't know why the crafting recipe was unlocked by default. It may be because I copied. Right, I'm going to delete this one. Okay, I'm going to go to the crafting recipes up here. And I'm going to grab the assembler Mark 3. Yep, grab the assembler Mark 3, copy. Put it here. Rename it to assembler Mark 4. Okay, come in here and rename all this to assembler Mark 4. Come down into input data. Going to change this to be assembler Mark 1. And then I'm going to get rid of this. Oh, don't. Undo. Get rid of that. Get rid of it. So the prerequisites for making assembler Mark 4 is an assembler Mark 1. Okay, this should be assembler Mark 4. Output data gives you an assembler Mark 4. Didn't change that last time as well. So it gave you the assembler Mark 1, of course. Right. Input element data. I don't know what that means at all. And this wants to be 103 in the list. Okay, and I want to delete that. Right. Build. Your emergency internet computer. Oh. Single player, load game, load. Oh, the bar's moving. The bar's moving, that's good. I'm lucky as hell, that's fine. We're here. I only have the assembler Mark 1. Time to research. After the assembler Mark 1, there's the assembler Mark 4. I didn't download the Kenny animal kit. Huh. Do your thing. Do your thing. Bing. So, I now want to make an assembler Mark 4. It wants an assembler Mark 1, so I click that. It starts making an assembler Mark 1 in the background. Boop, 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 boop. And then the assembler Mark 1, it upgrades to the assembler Mark 4. And I can upgrade the assembler Mark 1 to a Mark 4 because it's obviously I overwrote it. If I put it down, look, we've got a blue one. Still got green widgets on top. And also, Urkel is completely right. Those widgets on top, they should rotate when the thing's in use. They should spin. They don't. But it's there. We have an assembler Mark 4. I did it. It did it. We have a thing. It looks weird because I just had to shade it because I couldn't actually do the color picker thing. I need to the recolor tool. We good? I can smell burning. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Okay. Sorry about that. Something is going on a few roads over. There's lots of blue flashy lights and the smell of burning outside. How very nice. But he's not having a very good Saturday night. Right. Anyway, success. Success. I didn't want to put another building in the game. That wasn't the point of this. The point is to do the charcoal thing. I want to. But we're learning. We're learning. I now know how to add buildings to the game. I can figure that out. I can figure out how research trees work. That's good. That's fine. So we can add this. So what I want to do is I want to take biomass and we want to burn biomass into charcoal. Okay? That's what I want to do. Why did I want to? Oh, yeah, I was also down in the thing. Sorry, I glanced over. Why recolor? Well, oh, yeah, I was down in the recolor tool. Yeah, so we want to take biomass and burn it in a furnace, smelter, to make charcoal. Maybe the advanced smelter. Maybe we'll leave it for that, but we'll to make charcoal. And then the charcoal we want to crush into charcoal powder. And then the charcoal powder wants to go into a distillery with steam to create bioolumite. And then bioolumite can get processed down into everything else, but it wants to be less effective, but then it gives you an infinite version of olumite by using greenhouses to make the stuff. That's my plan. That's my plan. Biomass to charcoal to charcoal powder, I suppose. Carbon powder. So biomass. Smelted to charcoal. Charcoal crushed to carbon powder. Carbon powder. Is it a distillery or is it distillation? Distilled. Distilled plus steam to bioolumite. And then that to other recipes. Boom. That's the plan. That's the plan there. Okay. I don't know how to add recipes to things. So let's try and add a recipe to our assembler, shall we? Let's try and do that. Okay. Save. Yes. Exit. So let's try and add a recipe to it as well, shall we? Let's put it all in one mod at the moment. We can separate stuff out and do whatever later. That's fine. So let's come up here. Crafting recipes. Buildings components. Barrel. Basic construction. Cooked ignium. So this is what we want. This is what we want. Okay. So we want to burn something, don't we? But we can't. There isn't. Well, we do. Hold on. Cooked ignium. Let's grab this. This will also need an item, won't it? Ooh. Copy this, all of that. Come to here. I don't know if I can make a folder and separate these out into folders. I don't know whether it lets you do that. I suppose you should copy the same naming convention that they've got for things. But for the moment, I'm just going to throw it all into the same folder, and we'll get it working, and then we'll make it look good later. So, paste. Okay. So, let's rename cooked ignium to charcoal. I can't think of a better name for it other than charcoal. Charcoal TR. Because oil is not called oil, it's called olumite. So, yeah. Charcoal IT. Charcoal. Material. Charcoal. And charcoal diff. Load that up. Ah, that's what I wanted this for. Hold on. There is a recolor code. Ah, okay. It's not very helpful. The colour that you click on at the start of the brushstroke, so there, and you're just, oh no, okay, so you do kind of work, okay, but all I want to do with this is, Amble, hello, good evening. I want to go hue and saturation, and I want to just kill the saturation and turn the hue down a bit as well to make it quite dark. There we go. Boom. Okay. Save that. Thank you very much. Come into here and change the albedo to be that one. There we go. Boom. Come into you, and for some reason you are a model. I don't want the model. I'm not fussed about the model. I want the now you confuse me. Base coat ignium. Of mesh material. Ah, okay. So right. So it generates the thing at the time. Right. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. That's fine. That's fine. We can do that. We can do that. So charcoal doesn't need to change. So we come in here. That all needs to be there. So let's change this. So underscore base underscore charcoal. Charcoal. Identify is going to be charcoal. Charcoal? Yeah. Base components general, so that's fine. Input is going to be biomass underscore base underscore biomass, I assume. Let's have a look, see here. Biomass crafting recipe is called base underscore biomass. Excellent. we take 2 in and get 1 out. I probably want to do more than that. We want to take like 10 in and do. Well, let's do 6. Let's do 6 to 1. There we go. And output becomes 1 underscore base charcoal. Okay. Related item template is charcoal. Okay. Source mode doesn't matter. Time, I don't know what that means. Is that how long it takes to cook? Leave it like that for the minute.
Imbelcorgamate is on a 25 stream streak. Awesome.
Thank you very, very much for 25 streams in a row. Awesome. Tags advanced smelter. Yes, we want it in the advanced smelter, although I kind of want it in the normal smelter. So because I can use this smelter now. Smelter lava, smelter lava, smelter small. Called smelter small. Or Tekken crusher. Or Tekken crusher. Or Tekken. Oh god. Oh god, that's got a lot of stuff. Tekken rod. Smelter. Element smelter. I'm working on modifying Foundry. So, boom. Charcoal, base components. Icon is base charcoal. Base raw materials. Flags burnable. Yep. Biomass. Base weight in grams, 1 burnable. Okay, but what? How do you tell it what energy it has? Burnable food rate is 5,000. I feel like I should copy biomass to make charcoal. I'm going to copy the biomass one. In fact, I'm going to copy both of these. There's biomass. There's the new biomass burner. Okay. I don't need to do this. Hold on. This is fine. My issue is yeah, so it's components instead of resources. Although I don't want it to be a resource, I do want it to be a component, don't I? I want to copy ignium. That's what I want to do. I want to copy ignium. Not cooked ignium, just the standard, normal, everyday ignium, rubble ignium, or ore ignium. Or ignium crafting recipe. No, ignium, because you can just burn ignium rubble, can't you? I need a craft recipe because it's quite. So I need this one. I need ore ignium, don't I? So I need to copy these two. Okay. Put them in here. Rename them to charcoal. Icon info will just be this. Categories based metallurgy. I don't really want that though, do I? Wants to be in the same category as biomass, really, which is base components. The input data is biomass, and we want 6 of them, and the output is charcoal. It's this. Only get 1. Okay, not in a crusher, in a smelter. Okay. Delete that. No info. Let's spell charcoal, right? Nope. Boom. Okay. Boom. Job done. This one here. Oh, no. Base. Charcoal. Charcoal. Resources. Icon identifier is going to be... Actually, undo. Yeah, charcoal. There is no charcoal icon, that's fine. Base resources is fine. Burnable. Igneous rubble material. No. Igneous rubble pure. No. So the conveyor mesh wants to be charcoal. I need to rename that. Can I rename that inside there? No, I cannot. And the material wants to be charcoal material. So I want to put this to 50,000. So it uses 6 biomass to make 1, but it's 10 times more effective at burning. Item sales items platform demand per day, we'll leave that as default. Workstation item effect speed boost. Okay, right. Science pack color, science pack research. Science pack find. Okay. Will that work? Will that show us charcoal? There is no icon for it though, so I need to make an icon. But I didn't see an icon for the other ones. Like, go to biomass, scroll down here. I don't see the icon for biomass. Biomass crafting recipe. Icon identifier is just biomass. Let's try it without the icon. See what happens. Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum. We're loaded. Okay. Right. So I must have a fallback. Charcoal recipe. Charcoal can only be made in a smelter. Right. Get you two up. Let's put in our smelter. Manage inventory. So you don't accept charcoal biomass. Okay, you don't accept biomass. Right. You cannot quick insert this machine before you insert any item, manual or by loader. Right. But I can't put that in there. Right, okay. So charcoal recipe. Stacks of 200, that's fine. Item category, that's fine. Base resources. Right. It actually turned up in miscellaneous rather than in where biomass was, so I kind of probably want to. That's creative mode category, item category identifier. So is that where biomass item doesn't have an item category? Interesting. Can't be traded on the station. Right, let's delete that then. I need to copy the biomass ones out actually. Biomass, copy those, put them here. I don't want to overwrite anything with biomass, but I will have to. I want to use them for reference. So like charcoal and biomass, I want to just do this sort of thing and be like, what's going on here? So 0, 0, 0. Weight is 1, so you can't trade it. Let's put stack size down to 100. I'm going to leave that all alone for the moment. Auto producer recipes. Advanced smelter. So smelter, I guess, and then base charcoal. I'm in the way again, aren't I? There you go. Base charcoal. Right, okay. Foundry icon. Yeah, can I will that work? Shoot. Run out. It's just boom, there you go. Right, okay, so I am technically overwriting biomass as well now, but that's, we can delete those. So I haven't changed the biomass at all. Which is all default. Bum, 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 bum. We have an icon. We have an icon. That's a good time. But it's still listed in miscellaneous, which I suppose makes sense, because I don't think biomass shows in here at all, does it? So that's fine. It can live there. That's not a problem. Okay. But the question is now, can I actually put this in here? No, I still can't put that in there. You still will not accept biomass. Okay. Charcoal can only be made in smelter. So, xenoferrite can also be made better. Let's go and have a look at xenoferrite. Okay, turn off the biomass. Let's get rid of those. So, xenoferrite plates. Dot. XF plates. Scroll. Auto producers is empty. I want xenoferrite. Right, so 1, 2, and 3. So, what interesting, it's got a semicolon in the name. How have you done that? Input data, output data, tags, smelter, advanced smelter. Right. The smelter doesn't have a list of recipes, does it? No. So let's go back to charcoal here. Let's remove this, because that is not a thing. Go to the crafting recipe. Tags smelter and advanced underscore smelter. Is that right? Yeah. Hidden character. Base underscore base rubbles in the ferrite. Bum ba bum bum bum. You still won't accept biomass. So I can show so recipe. So biomass is not showing a recipe. Do I need to modify biomass then? Is that what I need to do? Xeno ferrite ore. That's crystals. Rubble. Auto produce recipes. Do I need to modify biomass? No, because Xeno Power Plants become all sorts of other things. But although, do I need to research biomass? So let's grab the biomass. It was this one, wasn't it? Copy that. Put it in here. Add. Smelter. Is that right? Smelter underscore bakes FX plates. Yeah. So we want to create. Copy. Paste. Paste. So underscore base underscore charcoal. Oh dear. Okay. Don't. Wrong button. Wrong button. Bum 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 bum. There we go. You have to modify the biomass to allow it to go into a smelter. That's a little awkward, but not impossible. Not impossible. Now let's see whether it can actually come out of the machine. Intake. So things poke outwards. Oh, good lord, it's massive. It's a chunky boy. Look, we have charcoal. And I believe, although I'm not sure whether this will work or not. No, of course, you're only a biomass burner, so you can only burn biomass. That makes sense. Oh, they're massive. Look at them. Whoa, they're big boys. Nice. Nice. 240 per minute, and it produces 40 per minute. That needs a lot of biomass. I don't remember how fast the greenhouse was. This might be a little bit too quick. In fact, it is. It is a lot too quick. It is a lot too quick. Okay. Let's slow that down. Charcoal crafting recipe. I'm going to assume this is how long it takes. Let's add a 0 on the end. So it was 240 in and then 40 out. And that should be 24 in and 4 out. No, not my player. Single player load game test. 24 in, 4 out. There we go. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. I like that. I like that. That's nice. I don't know how fast biomass works in the greenhouse. We can balance it later for the greenhouse. So, okay, right. Unfortunately, the next steps require stuff that I don't have unlocked. So I'm gonna have to load my other game up. Let's turn the mods back on. Okay, we have to restart the game. That's fine. Single player load game, update 3, open the local files. I'm going to make a copy of stream 35. What? What? What is here in that window? How old is this window? Window security. These files might be harmful to your computer. They're the saved games for Foundry. But how old is that window? That's an Explorer. That's an Internet Explorer file, thinking it's downloaded stuff off the internet. But yes, it's okay. I would like to make a copy of this. We are completely safe here. Do not worry. I know what I am doing. It's also in my local low roaming folder, so I don't know what the Windows is broken. Windows is broken. I mean, I don't have Windows. Well, Windows Defender is always running, isn't it? But I have malware bytes code. But that looked more like the old Internet Explorer. You know, when you download a file from the internet, it goes, oh, this file might not be safe. That's what that looked like to me. Right, close that. Load game. Update 3. We have a copy of it. Right. So load this. I don't know if this is going to load or not. It is going to load. Awesome. Okay. Right. Are we alive? Are we back? Everything exploded. This is no longer tracking me. Camera off. So I loaded Foundry and OBS exploded. I'm a little dubious as to... Right, so this is working fine. Let's close these windows here. This is where I am going to reinstall Windows. I'm going to completely format and reinstall Windows. For those who aren't aware, I don't know if everyone was here. 2-3 days ago, I think it was. Windows decided it was going to install a piece of LG software for my monitor. Considering, bear in mind, I've had my monitor for 3 or 4 years, and this week it decided it was going to install some software so that I could use the on-screen display in Windows rather than having to push the buttons on the monitor. Really useful software that's I'm never going to use in my life. That's complete sarcasm. Why you'd ever want that, I don't know. But if I uninstall it, Windows Update reinstalls it. I think it's a good thing to have. So, why it comes along with Windows Update, I don't know. It's not even an optional package. Yep, not even optional. Just, nope, we're going to install this LG software. It hooks into Explorer, Windows Explorer, in the same way that another program I use called Explorer Patcher hooks into it, which does this start menu, does the Windows 10 start menu rather than Windows 11 stuff. Because I like the Windows 10 concept menus and stuff. So the two of them argue with each other and cause Windows to do something absolutely bananas. And Explorer kept crashing and reloading over and over and over. And I spent hours trying to fix it. But since then, I've discovered stuff like Foobar, my music player has uninstalled itself. Paint.now, I think Windows recovered itself, but has corrupted files. So I am concerned that no matter how many times I clean and reinstall my graphics drivers, they're not installing properly. It concerns me. So I will try Foundry again. If it dies, don't worry, we'll be back. I should also get rid of all this assembler stuff because I don't need the assembler stuff now. We've proven that works. In fact, I should have that as a separate mod. Can you create separate mods? Let's try this again. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. So the bar loads and then the game crashes and OBS dies with it. So we'll see. Okay. So the interesting thing is, it takes out my camera. It takes out my camera, so it no longer tracks. It crashes the game, and it crashes my display driver. So I can't continue with this. I can't continue with this. It's broken. It's Windows. Nothing that I'm modding or changing. It's Windows. My Windows is broken, so I cannot continue till I fix that. And obviously, I can't fix that on stream because I need to do stuff to it, like tear it apart and murder it. And Windows doesn't like you murdering it when you're live doing stuff. So yeah. But yeah, Tag, hello, good evening. What did you miss? You missed us successfully modding Foundry. I have successfully modded Foundry, but I can't load the game up because my yeah, because I've got problems. I have problems in Windows doing random stuff. So yeah. So I'm going to end the stream now because I can't continue. I can't load Foundry. I can load Foundry into. Let me show you what we've done, because I can load up into a base. I can't load my main factory. It crashes the game. And I thought I didn't test it with OBS running, so I don't know. I'm hoping I've not frazzled the hardware. But so single player, I can't load my game, but I can load this one. I could load this one. Whether it's going to die or not again, I don't know. Hold your breath. No, it's going to work. It just can't render the whole other thing. So we have this. We have an Assembler Mark IV we made, which is blue. We made a blue one. Made a blue one. So we have that. It works fine. It is also in the research tree, so you research the assembler, and then over here there is the Assembler Mark IV. I just testing stuff, so it's there. So that works. Yay! And we have successfully added charcoal to the game. Boom. Yeah, manage charcoal biomass into the here. Boop doop 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 doop. There you go. Burny burny burn. Bonk. Creates charcoal. And there's charcoal. It's a bit big at the moment, but that's okay. But we have charcoal in the game. And then the plan is to have biomass smelted in the charcoal. That is done. We're then going to crush it into carbon powder and then distill it with steam into bioolumite, and then we're going to have recipes that the bioolumite becomes, like the low density, the high density, all that olumite, but it's going to be different recipes so that you need more of it. Obviously you're going to need more of it because it's not as good stuff. So that's the plan. Yeah, just a smelter. That's just a normal everyday smelter. Yep. I will put it in the advanced smelter. I think that's where I want to put it. But for the minute, I just wanted to test that because I don't have access to the advanced smelter. This is brand spanking new save. So because I was just testing stuff. So yeah. But we do have this here. Which is doing its thing, which is awesome. There goes the charcoal. Yeah. So yeah. And also the other day, I don't know whether anyone was here for it, but Urkel said that he thought these spin when the assembler's running. They're supposed to. Looking into the files, I think they're supposed to spin. When this is in use, these are supposed to spin, but they don't spin. So yeah. Yeah, we have charcoal. Oh, nice. It's got 50 megajoules of power per charcoal. It takes 6 biomass to make 1 charcoal, and a single biomass has got 5. So 5 times 6 should give you 30, and the biomass actually gives you 50. So instead of being 30, it's 50. So you do get a bonus by using charcoal if you could burn charcoal in something. I think the biomass burners would probably let us do that. Can we research the biomass burners? Where are they? There. Oh, they're here, underneath ignium scanning. Okay. that is just all the science packs, isn't it? So we'll try and research this and see what happens. Yeah. So the idea of bio-based one. Yeah, that was. I mean, we was talking about it in the couple of streams ago, wasn't we? So yeah. So I think it should be hidden behind the advanced smelter. It should be available in the advanced smelter, and then obviously the Olyumite. Because as I said, the one who you burn biomass into charcoal. Although I want a better name for charcoal because nothing in this game is named real life. So charcoal, and then charcoal gets crushed into, I call it carbon powder. And then that gets mixed with steam in the distillation column to make bio-Olyumite. And then the bio-Olyumite will have its own set of recipes. So it will duplicate what normal Olyumite does, but it'll be like half as effective. So you still want to use normal Olyumite, that'd be better, but it gives you an infinite version of it, so everything's just slower. So, yeah. But I can't load my save up to test it. Quick carbonite. You could call it carbonite, yeah. Carbonite powder. Not to be used for thawing living creatures. Yeah. Oh, okay. But I can't continue on until I fix Windows. Because I can't actually load my game up. I'm going to test to see if I can load the game up without OBS running. And find out whether that will do it, whether it's just that the encoder's overloaded. But I feel like I need to just write stuff down and then reinstall Windows, basically. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Fortunately, pretty much everything I use for like streaming wise is all saved independent of Windows. Like, so I just reinstall the programs and it works. It's not going to be a problem. Yeah. What am I using? What the Foundry mod kit? You follow the get rid of flashbang. Ooh, the Foundry mod kit. Modkit.foundry-game.com and go through tutorials. Adverts? Go to Twitch. You're a sub on Twitch. You get free adverts. Ah. I say, tag, haven't you subbed on Twitch? You get no adverts over there, don't you? But yeah, just modkit.foundry-game.com, and I follow the tutorials through, and that's fine. There is, however, one problem with this mod kit. So you go through the whole thing, you do all the thing up here, blah 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 blah, and it says here, type in base_assembler_I as the name. No, do not include the base part. Just call it assembler. Assembler, and it works. Don't include the base part. They've renamed it at some point or changed it in the files, but just call it assembler, and it all works fine. That's the only thing that needs to change. That sentence right there needs to be changed, so you just don't do the _base_ part. And that's it. I thought it all. And yeah, Unity 2022.3.51 F1, and that's it. Yeah. Right. So, save in here. Plan. Boop, there you go. So that's now saved. Yeah, excellent. Boop. Nice. Yeah, so that's the thing. The other thing, obviously, the tutorial doesn't tell you how to add stuff to the game. It just tells you how to modify things. Basically, if you want to add a building to the game, you need the buildable object template. So you need the BOT version, the CR, the IT, and the RT. Buildable object template. So that tells you what the thing does. Let me go over here. What the thing does there. There's a lot to this. It's quite overwhelming, but most of it you don't need to change. You just copy one from the previous one. This one is the crafting recipe. So this is the important one to make sure you got the names right in it. This one is the item template. This is the one that is like the start of it all, the base one. And then this one is the research template. So if you have to research it, you have to do that. But you need all 4 of those. Otherwise, a new building or item will not turn up in the game. Well, a new item, you need the item in the craft recipe. But yeah, so you need all of it. If it's buildable, you need the lot. So that's it. Other than that, it's just, yeah. And if something isn't working, find out what you need to make it work. As in, like, my charcoal wasn't working because I needed to modify the biomass, the default biomass. I needed to add the charcoal recipe to the biomass, so biomass knows it can become charcoal. So yeah, but you can go back and watch the stream, which will be fun if you want to. We figured it out. There was lots of figuring stuff out, but we figured it out. But I am going to end this here so that I can come back tomorrow, hopefully with the freshness of all the windows and everything working fine. I'm going to do that kind of now. I think maybe we don't want to go to bed and get up in the morning and do it. If we get up in the morning and do it, it's not going to work, is it? No, it's not. No, it's not. So yeah, okay, let's leave this here. Let's come back next time, and we shall continue from there. Playing on Woodland tomorrow. Both maybe. I'd like to get like the mod done to get the liquid biomass done, and then play with it. That might be an idea. Give it a try. We could try and implement it into this game. So yeah, but we'll see how it goes. But okay, we shall leave this here, and then we shall come back next time and continue from there. Yes, indeed, do. That one. Rah. Okay. Sorry about the weird scuff at the end there, but Windows is broken, so I'm now going to pull stuff apart and do things. So yeah, okay. Let's just leave this here, and we'll sort it out later. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and I do hope to see you again in the next one. And until then, as always, have fun.